Hi, I'm George, the Weather Dad, and it's time to take a look at your weekly planner. One word really is going to affect a good portion of us this upcoming week, and that is Beryl. Beryl right now is a tropical storm in the Gulf of Mexico. It's going to hit Texas, looks like just south of the Galveston Bay area, potentially as a Category 2 hurricane. As it moves inland, it's going to weaken, but it's going to be a huge, and I mean huge, rainmaker for a lot of us as we work our way into the upcoming week. Now here on Monday we can see the temperatures. Also projected is the current path of what we think Beryl is going to take, but keep in mind this is just a forecast, so Beryl could wobble a little bit to the right or to the left. Where Beryl ends up is there's going to be quite a bit of rainfall, potentially some localized flooding, and also some severe weather. Remember, these are pretty significant systems. Where they spin, there could be some tornadoes, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that. But as it continues to move up towards the northeast, the chance of severe weather does decrease as it moves into this area. Now, this is on Monday. You can going to see some temperatures. Notice in this area here with the path are going to be a little bit cooler than normal. Now, on Tuesday, you can see that there, mainly because of the cloud cover, the wind, as well as the rainfall. And there's going to be significant rainfall, mainly to the north and looks like to the west of the center of where Beryl ends up. Once again, it could wobble a little bit to the east rather, and a little bit to the west. And where it does, we're going to see quite a bit of rainfall. Notice those temperatures right around it, again, pretty close to normal. Very hot and humid across the eastern third of the country, and pretty dry off towards the west. By Wednesday, Beryl ends up right around just heading over St. Louis area down into Illinois, and this is where it's going to slow up a little bit. It's going to take about 24 hours to move out of this area, and so we could be looking at some pretty heavy rainfall, but the spin will be there. It's going to be weakened. It's going to be a tropical depression, and it's going to continue to weaken as it continues to move up towards the northeast. By Thursday, it becomes just a low up in the Great Lakes area. Notice again a lot of cloud cover, and there's going to be quite a bit of rain there in the Great Lakes and Midwest region. By Friday, temperatures warm up across a good portion of the country. We're going to see temperatures well above normal by Friday, and certainly again drying out. Precipitation, that's going to be the key. This is again on Monday. Beryl is in Texas, producing quite a bit of rainfall. We could be looking at 10 to 15 inches of rain in this area with significant wind. And again, with the spin, we could be looking at an area of tornadic activity, but that spin will continue to decrease as it moves up into this area. Once again, this is just a projected path at this point. By Tuesday, you can see the swaths of some pretty heavy rainfall there in the middle Mississippi Valley. That would be in Arkansas, Missouri, portions of Kansas, Nebraska, and also up in here into Illinois as it moves up towards the northeast. And that rain will be moving into Ohio as well as Kentucky and Indiana. Again, this is just a path, and it could wobble either side of that, so something we have to keep an eye on. By Wednesday, you see it there, pretty heavy rainfall there in Illinois. There's going to be some localized flooding. Keep an eye on that. And most of the Midwest will see quite a bit of rainfall. Another system trying to get organized there around the Gulf of Mexico. I don't think that's really going to amount to much except for more rainfall. And of course, you're not going to need it. By Thursday, you can see the system moving up into the Great Lakes area. Another system just off the coast of Florida. I don't think this is going to have a lot of time to develop really into much of anything. We'll keep an eye on it. It could be a tropical depression here on Thursday. But by Friday, most of the country dries out. That little system moves up into the Carolinas. We could be looking at a little bit of severe weather and a little bit of flooding there for you, and that would be on Friday. Now let's take a little closer look at the tropics. This is for next Friday, a wave coming off the African coast, but for the most part, next week is going to be fairly calm across much of the Atlantic basin. Again, Beryl is going to cause a lot of rainfall for most of us here in the Midwest, the Mississippi Valley, and of course down in Texas over the next week or so. Have a good week. I'm George, the Weather Dad.